still about a month away. It will feel like late July starting
Right.
tomorrow,
Oh,
it seems.
We were just talking about kind of how abrupt this feels. Like today, I actually wore a light jacket in
You
here
needed it
because
today.
it was kind of gloomy, it was a little cool, but starting tomorrow, it will no longer be gloomy and
Okay.
cool. But here's a look at our high temperatures for today. A little bit on the cool side, especially where we saw the most cloud cover today. A lot of us only getting into the upper 60s, a few low 70s out there in far western and far eastern Maine. But in comparison to how the rest of the week is going to feel, today felt a lot nicer. Visible satellite imagery, a lot of cloud cover during the day. We have started to decrease those clouds from west to east, particularly in western Maine, and that will continue overnight tonight. But overall, a little dreary, a little gloomy out there today. Now, I want to talk quickly about the precip over the next few days because overall there isn't going to be a whole lot of it. And since the heat is a bigger story, I want to talk about this quickly. So over tonight, we'll kind of lose some of that cloud cover. Temperatures won't drop very far overnight. And then each day kind of this week when we're going to have this big heat, we're going to have a slight chance of some thunderstorms in the afternoon, particularly areas inland and in western Maine because we have a lot of heat and humidity in the atmosphere, and that's good for those thunderstorms. So that'll kind of be each day this week. Overall, not expecting a lot of them, but they will be around, so just keep that in mind. Once again, Wednesday afternoon will probably be the day least likely that we will see those thunderstorms, and then Thursday is when we'll see some more in areas of northern Maine. Now the heat here is going to be the big story for this week. Starting tomorrow, getting temperatures into the mid 80s and then into the mid 90s on Wednesday and Thursday. Now in the red color here, that's where we have the heat index. Remember, the heat index takes into account the regular temperature or the ambient temperature, as well as the humidity, which is going to be pretty high this week, meaning our heat index or feels like temperature is going to be in the mid 90s for areas inland on Tuesday and into the hundreds possible for Wednesday and Thursday. Now this is for areas inland. The immediate coastline will be a little bit cooler because of a sea breeze. So in the dark colors here, we have an excessive heat watch in effect, and in the orange colors is where we have a heat advisory in effect. So for heat safety, we want to make sure that you want to stay hydrated with some water. The sun is going to be very strong, so seek shade, wear your SPF. Try to avoid outdoor activities between peak heating hours, which is 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. And always keep watch for kids and pets. You never want to leave them behind in any hot cars. Now, you might want to cool off by going in the water. However, keep in mind that anything in the water temperature below 70 is considered dangerous. So Sebago Lake is kind of right on the edge there, still going to be cold. However, the ocean, it's only 57 degrees. That is extremely cold, so be sure you take the necessary precautions before doing any water activities. Marine forecast sees 2 to 4 feet, water 57 degrees. So our 7-day forecast is going to feel a lot more like August. And in fact, we haven't seen temperatures quite like this since July of 2011. Hazy, hot, and humid until Thursday, and then Friday a cold front will go through, and that'll provide a little bit of relief from the heat as well as some more thunderstorms. So Brian and Amanda, I know a lot of people will say, well, it is the summer, it does get hot out. However, this is very early in the season, and even for Maine, heat indexes in the hundreds, that's very hot. So
A lot of people unprepared for this one, I would think.
That
Yeah.
too.
exactly, so we want to be sure to take it seriously.
All right. Appreciate the heads up, Dana. Thank you.